My friends, we've made it to the project, another project instruction. This one is about personality assessments. I love this project. I think it is so much fun. And just a reminder, all of the projects in this class are found in Unit 5, and Unit 5 is unlocked. So you can get to it whenever you want to get these projects done. And I encourage you to get to them sooner rather than later and just get them done so that they're done and you start off with just a super awesome grade. Before we get into the requirements for the project, though, I've got a joke for you. Okay. I have every copy of Psychology Today ever made. You could say I have a lot of issues. Get it? A lot of issues of Psychology Today. But if you had every copy of it, you probably had a lot of issues. And there's a whoopee cushion. So hopefully you're laughing. Come on, guys. All right, let's go into your prompts. Can you ever really trust a personality test? Have you taken those online? Those like, what Disney princess are you? Or which Harry Potter house are you? Can you ever really trust a personality test? This project will give you the opportunity to take two different types of personality tests and evaluate their strengths and weaknesses and gain a greater understanding of that question. So, here are the steps you're going to take. So, in that unit 5, when you click on project number 2, it'll bring you to a page that has a link that you are going to click on to download a copy of your very own copy of this. And you're going to work straight out of that copy, and that is what you are going to submit for your project. So, step number 1, you are going to take an objective personality assessment. And each question on this part is worth 10 points. All of the questions on this project are worth 10 points. So there's 3 different objective personality assessments that you can choose from, and the links are provided on your worksheet. So there's the Myers-Briggs type indicator, the Eysenck's 3 dimensions of personality, and then the Big 5 personality. You don't do all 3 of them, you pick one of those, and you complete the assessment, and then you answer those questions. So number 1, the first question is, which assessment did you choose? That's simple. You just write down the assessment type that you chose. Number 2, and at least one sentence describe in detail what you had to do for the assessment. So each assessment you take has some different steps involved, so just explain what you did. So for instance, I took the Myers-Briggs type indicator, and I had to answer questions on a scale of how intense or how not accurate something is, and gave my answers. So just explain what you had to do for that test. Number 3, in at least 3 sentences, explain the results you received from the assessment. And I'm going to give you a little tip here. I don't care if you copy and paste your results and put it right there. You could even say, here are the results that I got, and then copy, paste, put those right in there. You're welcome to write it out in your own words if you want, but I'm just happy to see that you did the test and put those results in, and just make sure they're at least the 3 sentences. Number 4 is very important that it is in your own words, though. In at least 3 sentences, explain whether or not you think the results from the assessment accurately reflect your personality and why. So look over your results and go, is this me? Does this sound like me? And then explain why or why not. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is the same thing, but you're going to take a projective personality test. So you'll choose between these words are so hard to say, guys. I'm sorry. The Rorschach test or the thematic apperception test. And the Rorschach test, I'll tell you, is the ink blot one. I took that one. It's where you look at different pictures and then there's a bunch of questions that you answer. So for number 5, put down which one you chose. Number 6, describe what you did in the assessment, kind of like what I just said about the Rorschach test. You might say, I looked at a bunch of different ink blots and I picked the response of what I saw in the image. Number 7, in at least 3 sentences, explain the results you received from the assessment. Same thing, you are welcome to copy and paste your results in. Say something like, here are my results that I got, and then quote them in there, or just summarize them in your own words. Just make sure I got at least 3 sentences there. Number 8, in at least 3 sentences, explain whether or not you think the results of the assessment accurately reflect your personality and why. And then at the end, you have a comparison part where each question is worth 10 points. You're going to think about both of the tests you took. And number 9, in at least 2 sentences, explain the differences between the objective and projective personality assessments that you took. How were they different? What made them unique? And then number 10, this is my favorite question. In at least 3 sentences, explain which test you think was most accurate and why. So look over your results for each one and figure out which one you think is most like you and why you feel that way. To help you, I did this project myself. So I took both of the the assessments, and I answered all these questions, and I linked my form for you guys to see. So no judging my results or my personality, but I did want you to see that Mrs. Gilling is willing to do what I ask you to do, and also that it's kind of fun and you can see what a project should look like. So if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me, but I am super duper excited for this one and to see all of your thoughts. Thank you so much, guys, and good luck.